Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 87. My name's Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our fantastic leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Brad. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the nightly podcast here at ARK. This is our 87th consecutive podcast. And folks, the community is so calm, cool, and collected. Our price is at $5.71. Market cap $4,687,362 USD. And the Spark prize pool is at 190.35 ARK, folks. That is a street value of 1,086.90 BUSD. Let's go. Today, we've paid out through the Spark Rewards $29,407.36 BUSD in value to 38 Spark winners accounts. This is amazing, guys. Last night, we had another all-time high of 195.64 ARK. The winner is here in the midst of our community, one of the pillars of ARK, one of the great folks that has been really essential in spreading the word and letting folks know what is so special about ARK. Why is the smart money at ARK? What's different? What are those contracts doing? How is it just printing and printing? Over and over again. Mr. Mistletoe, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Super excited to be winning two not back to back, but same wallet. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
And tell me, Mistletoe, I mean, what has that done? I mean, tell me about the first time, because I didn't know you were that. I remember your wallet because it ends in ADA. I love Cardano.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I remember that it got stuck when we did the drawing last night. We remembered that was a wallet that had already won, because the system is so fair. If you are that lucky, we don't take you out because you won once. If you're lucky, you could win as many times as your luck and your lucky stars, dictates. Who are we to stand in the way of your fortune, right? So how did it feel the first time? What did it do to your investment? And what happens now that you won again?
Oh, the first time it boosted up, and it was only, I think, but it was 138 ARK, I think, the first time, and it boosted it up like substantial, because it was actually on one of my wallets that I was just testing out, just even which is the minimum deposit of 11 ARK, and it was the third wallet I actually bought the bond on, and the first time I won, I was like, oh my god, like there's no way I'm winning a second time, and I was actually gonna sell the bond, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep it, see what happens, because if I win twice, that's crazy. I heard someone won twice, so I just kept it going, and now I won twice. I think I have to go for 3 times, but the second, now what I just checked last night, it's I couldn't believe it. I'm getting like $50 a day right now just from that one account. It's incredible.
So, I mean, would it be a 6x overnight, a 10x that you're winning? If you were getting 2 ARK a day, do you have like some sort of calculation or idea of what happened?
Oh yeah, it was probably at first I was only getting probably about 0.7 ARK, and then the first time I won, I was getting like 2 to 3 ARK a day. Now I'm getting like 8 ARK a day. It's incredible.
Geesh, man, maybe there's some people out there who would love to buy that seed phrase from you, because that is a lucky wallet. But Mistletoe, you're not the only one. You are officially now the third investor who has won twice. And as we say here, it's not a matter of if you'll win, it's a matter of when. And I think we've had to revise it. You know, Brad said it really good yesterday. How was it that you phrased it, Brad?
What about the man and the fish?
No, sir. It's not a matter of if you win.
Oh, yeah.
It's a matter of when, and then you put a spin on it that we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how many times.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Who's gonna be the person? Who's gonna be the person that wins the third time?
Absolutely. So, Mistletoe, is there any other project in DeFi that is doing this, that is paying out to a lucky winner? It's not a scratchy. It's not, a lottery that you have to pay for and win. I mean, this is liquid BUSD that you put in. You're earning 100% APY. You can take it out at any time, and you can win just by having it there. I mean, is there anybody doing anything remotely close to that?
Oh, not even close. That's why I think I'm going to open up another 5th or 6th wallet. Like, it's the possibilities are endless. It's insane.
Absolutely. It's fair for everyone. Remember, guys, when we created this, when Brett sat down to re-engineer the whole ROI DApp space, if the game wasn't fair for somebody that shows up here 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, if they didn't have the same opportunity to win, to get a quick ROI, none of that hyper compounding, like that's not being a smart investor. A smart investor gets his ROI back. He does it in a respectful manner. And he takes that money, he puts food on the table, he puts it back in his pocket, because the rest is just sailing, guys. And to have this extra bonus, I mean, the legacy NFT holders, I mean, is Catalyst here with us real quick? No, Catalyst is not here tonight. So we don't have his analytic tonight. But listen, brother, congratulations. You are definitely a man on the move. Your star is rising. And I know for a fact, because I've seen you in other groups when people are like, oh, ARK is just the same old. And you're like, no. ARK is different. ARK is special. Let me tell you why. And that's what it's about, guys, having that conversation. So keep going, brother, until you win again. And I mean, you're winning through just having the BUSD there every single day. You're seeing that BUSD being paid out. Your ROI is going amazing over in the vault. And there's just so much growth. So many folks are already getting close to ROI. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Mr. Brett, what do you have for us tonight on the updates? What's happening in your side of the world?
Oh boy, we had a pretty good day today, actually. Great conversations with new investors, and also going through some of the work on the mobile app, and I'm preparing the landing page that we've discussed that everyone can participate with and use as their referral link. So I'm just working out the final details on that, and we're also working on some basic explainer videos for the different products and sort of an overview video. Gordy's helping me with that, and doing some Figma design and some things. And so we're getting ready for that mobile platform and that push to the mass market that we've talked about before, and getting the tools ready for people that are very familiar with affiliate marketing, and people that would be excited about the opportunity to earn referral rewards through our system, and get people that are everyday average Joes and Janes over to DeFi and over to crypto. So it's through that onboarding and that education process that we think this project has a lot of legs and can move into more people's hands through mobile devices, and using that mobile platform as our springboard into other products and other various aspects of crypto and DeFi. So that's what a lot of the work's going on behind the scenes with. We're hoping within the next couple weeks, we'll have our first version able to share with you of our mobile web app. And I know it's getting hooked up right now by our front-end developer. He's working very closely with our other front-end developer, Alex, that did our current app. And they're working together to get this mobile web app version up and running. And then get it out into people's hands, let people test it. And then we'll make that shift to make the PWA or the progressive web app available to everybody. So yeah, that's what a lot of effort and focuses on right now. And then we've also got some new contest updates. Brad, did you want to talk about the ARK contest extension? I'm not sure if we got the banner out yet, but it just needed some date refinement, and then we were going to make that live. Did you have some comments that you want to make on that?
Just exactly what you said there, really, Brett. I just need to finalise the dates, and we will release the official update and banner to the community. Just to go over it quickly for anyone that may not have heard yet, but we are extending the ARK competition for another 2 weeks. There are some things we've added to it. So the first thing is that people will need to add ARK to their Discord name and their Telegram name to be eligible for it. So it's like an extra minute or two of work on the investors' end, but we've extended the prize pool as well to 1,500 BUSD. So now there'll be 5 winners, and instead of winning 200 BUSD, yes, sir, it's definitely something to shout about. For an extra minute or two's work, you will be receiving an extra 100 BUSD. So that is a fairly big prize. Bullish. 300 BUSD to the 5 winners, for a very minimal amount of work. And if you don't have a Discord account, you just have to create one. It literally does take a couple of minutes. Add the ARK to your name, send the screenshot to Fortunate Enough, and you will be eligible for a 300 BUSD reward if you win. There'll be 5 winners, so that is fantastic.
That's
we
cool.
will get that.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that fucking smile on my face.
We will get the dates finalised this evening, and we will push that official announcement out to the community.
Cool. And then the other banner that we still got going around is for the All Aboard sessions, which I'm assuming we're going to have another one tonight. But that contest is ongoing, and if you are a content creator, Medium article writer, or YouTuber, and would like to submit your video or content to Brad for review, and if we select your content to be reviewed during our daily podcast, you will get 100 BUSD. And then for the audience of the podcast, for going over and liking, subscribing, and helping to support that content and the algorithms that we know are important on YouTube and Medium, by clapping and sharing and liking and subscribing, all those great things, you will get a chance to win either 50 BUSD if there's 50 or less participants, or up to 100 BUSD if there's more than 50 participants. So that's our nightly drawing. And do we have one lined up tonight, Brad, for that?
Oh, we certainly do. We've got 2 very special guests. They've been on the podcast before. Some fantastic friends of the ARK family, Max Power and Bizedit from Crypto Badgers. So
the Crypto Badgers are back. I was like, man, yeah. I know those names. And y'all, it's all you had to say was Crypto Badgers. Well, welcome back, guys.
Thanks very much. Lovely to be here. Yeah. Good to be back.
That's about all I've got from my end, Atlas. Is there anything else that I may have missed? Anything upcoming you want to mention?
Well, February 5th, we're going to be over at the Discord of the Pillars, and we're going to be playing to win in the poker game. James Pelton's going to be there. Other project developers going to be there. We are currently in third position, but we were way behind, guys. First position, MDB has 140 NFTs for the event already sold. We have EMP. Shout out to AJ over there, EMP. Fantastic project, great team. They have 69 sold. ARK only has 10 in third position. Then we have Up with 5, and James Pelton only has 3 NFTs from his audience.
Did we send out that link last night to buy the NFTs? I forgot to run over and do that. Is that in the main chat somewhere, or is it only in Discord?
It's pinned in the main chat.
Okay.
Is it a hot rotation?
I haven't had time to hang out in the main chat today too much, so.
It's pretty simple
All right.
simple link. Yesterday I bought a couple.
Let's go. Anyway, we still got time to do that. That's February 2nd. Amazing poker game. We're going to show them how it's done. And, well, look, we got our guys here, Bizy Dips and Max, who are going to do a presentation for us, show us their YouTube video. They are absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the All Aboard session.
All aboard!
Awesome. Just before I hand it over to you guys, I'm going to post your video in the main chat. And if you want to be eligible for tonight's drawing for the 50 BUSD or 100 BUSD, depending on how many participants we have, you will need to like the video, comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and send your screenshot over to Fortunate Enough, and we will collect those, and we'll be drawing that at some point towards the end of the podcast. So I'm going to drop that in the main chat for you guys now. I'm not going to talk too much. I know you guys have got another appointment in 30 minutes. I just want to say I love your stuff. I always mention it because I just love your intro. I think you got one of the, if not the best intro of any crypto video. I think it's fantastic. And I loved your back and forth. I think you really bounce off each other really well, and I think it works. It's really great. But I know you haven't got a lot of time, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to hand it over to you guys to do your thing.
Thanks very much. Maxi, you're going to lead us away, son.
Yeah, I will. Always love a compliment on our intro song because they're original lyrics, those ones. All right.
Well, we like to have a bit of fun with it all, don't we, Maxi?
We do. So I think for this session here, I'll play this video in bits, and I'm actually quite keen to hear from a few others on the podcast about team building. I mean, Bizy Dips and I are relatively new to the team building game, and I know there's probably a few people in here that are excellent at it, and obviously the team here are doing such an amazing job with the project. And as I suppose people in the community, it's we've got a role to play to help bring people in. So we'll be fascinated as we go here and play this video to stop and ask what people have done that have been effective, and that'll be really helpful for us and hopefully a few others that are in here in the chat. So without further ado, I'll just play this in bits rather than having to listen to a whole video.
Can you see the intro before you get started?
You know what? This one I remember actually, because this was a short video. I'll play the end of it. Yeah.
You got to show the intro, guys.
Okay.
Coming live from the crypto world, bringing you all that you need. Let's go. This is the YouTube crypto show with two guys who are kind of in the know. Crypto batches ahead, so you're in the clear. No worry or fear, yeah, we're helping you steer. Shouts to the team, we can't forget Max Power and Bizy Dips. Don't get wrecked. A pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto badges.
There you go. We do
by Fiddy Cent himself.
we do joke that Fiddy Cent actually recorded it for us, in some of our shows. So, yeah, a pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. What else do you need in life?
Love it.
So I'll get on and play a bit of this, and this video really was about what our step into the world of trying to bring a few people into our team.
Along, doesn't it? It's beautifully boring, if I could put it that way. The prices remained extremely stable, and lots of new buyers coming in. I think more words getting out there, Maxi, about sort of the stable returns on offer here with Arkfi.
Yeah, when you and I were just sort of theorising before about where the project's at in terms of that sort of sweet spot of people really coming into it, and you had a little look at Furio as an example, didn't you?
Yeah, Furio was a really interesting one. I didn't get into it super early, but if you sort of check the chart on Furio, sort of when it sort of kicked off, it sort of didn't really reach what I would call sort of fever pitch or broad sort of adoption in terms of buys until probably about 3 months after launch. It sort of just went along slowly before then, and then all of a sudden, I guess obviously as people start to see others making money and doing well in the project, and the project doing all the things that it was supposed to be doing, and all of a sudden there was quite a big influx. So I just wonder with ARK, it's just building along nicely, and it's sort of, I wouldn't be surprised if after sort of that 3 month mark we start to see a lot of people come in.
Going to pause it there for a moment. Question for the team here. I mean, when you were developing this project, did you have a feeling like the energy would come in right from the get-go, or did you feel, is there a sort of sweet spot you reckon that you sort of get the sense where you're ramping up those external addresses, new addresses coming in?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. We've said the same thing, several times. How when you have a lot of hype going into a project, we had a really big pre-sale and sort of our pre-launch got a lot of excitement, momentum, and I feel like we brought in a great foundation of investors. And as you mentioned, that sort of percolates in the background. So as those people start to see, the ROIs come, and people are seeing money being made over here where everywhere else, seems to be either crumbling or rug pulls or scams or whatever it might be. We're feeling that shift starting to happen now. And you mentioned Furio, and I think we talked exactly the same thing the other day. It was about that 3 to 4 month mark where sort of the big money, some of the bigger money sits on the sideline and waits to see, what's going to happen. Is this a safe project? Is this the team we thought they were? Did they deliver, on their initial promises? And are people having success in that protocol? And then it seems like once those dominoes really start to fall, it's that, that surge that happens when larger communities start to come in, when it's quote unquote safer, or the immediate concern seems to leave, about a rug or about some kind of exploit or something like that might be a security risk that people are concerned about. So yeah, I think we're sort of in that sweet spot, that zone where we're poised for growth. And we see some larger community members and teams starting to, be attracted to the project, where they may have just kind of dismissed it before, it's just another fork or something like this. They're starting to say, well, maybe something's happening over here that we weren't really, didn't spend the time, I would say, to investigate further or enough to make a decision early on, but now we're willing to take that second look and dig a little deeper. So that's my view on that. Atlas, you have some comment?
No, you said it.
And do you think that it's an interesting point around, I don't know, BZD, you often talk about this, where, I'm absolutely delighted that the price just stays stable and the same. I think it's incredible and, makes this very predictable, which I think is great for a project like this. But just the psychology of the fact that we don't have price pumps? I mean, buys your dips. You reckon that in terms of people seem to like buying pops in a weird way?
Look, they do, but people do get harmed by them as well. I mean, again, I don't want to keep coming back to Furio, but obviously they had a huge pump up to around that $25 level. So, once the price sort of began reversing, there was a lot of people left feeling fairly disenchanted. I mean, with the current ARK price at the moment, I mean, what are we looking at? About $5.70. I mean, the last public pre-sale price was $4.75. So no one entering the system now should feel in any way aggrieved. So the fact that there's liquidity management from the get-go rather than being as an afterthought, I think, is a super, super good idea.
Yeah, and I think limiting that ceiling is very important to your point, in that if you do allow the price to pump up, which we may see with the introduction of the mobile app and the progression of development that we have happening and some larger teams coming over, I think it's important not to allow it to get to that FOMO level where then those people that were getting in at that time, when the price is at that exceptional rate, and then seeing that, the price potentially come down and those people, not feeling like they're going to ROI or ever ROI, and that sentiment seems to shift. So we have to protect both ends. We need to protect the ceiling and the floor, in my view, in that regard, so that we don't have those investors left behind, so to speak. And then also on the lower end, you can get to a price point where people that come in that can ape in sort of leapfrog the rest of the community. And there's another issue to deal with there too, with that sentiment and people that can come in and sort of whale their way to a better advantage in the protocol. And we don't want that to happen either.
Yeah, spot on. So I think this next bit is about, our kind of attempt on the eve of 50 days of ARK to bring some new people into our team.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Now we've got some exciting news today, mate. I mean, we're very fortunate that we've got a few people in the Crypto Badgers team, in which we're very thankful to each and every one of those members. Of course, when you do join the Arkfi project, everyone has to have a referral wallet, and so it costs you nothing. It'll either be if you don't put anything in, it'll go to the team wallet, and if you happen to like our videos, then you're more than welcome to join our team with a referral link in the description. And if you do so, you will go into the draw for our day 50 Arkfi airdrop, where we're going to give away 50 ARK, which is tallying up close to $300 totals in prizes for one of our lucky team members here. Now, of course, Matt, a couple of these addresses are actually our wallets, and we will certainly exclude ourselves from this prize. So your odds are pretty good of picking up some free ARK if you join in under the Crypto Badgers team.
Yeah, it certainly makes sense, Max. 50 ARK, 50 days. So let's get this crypto.
So let's see where we're at here. I think we now, what is our date today? 19th of Jan, we at?
Yeah, indeed.
20th of Jan.
20th of Jan, sorry. Yeah.
20th of Jan. So we're at day 33 now. So if you join in the next 17 days under the Crypto Badgers team wallet, you will be eligible. And a minimum ARK balance of 50. That's our one caveat. You've got to have a minimum balance of 50 ARK tokens. That's only $250. If your balance is 50, then we will put you in the draw. Now, we're going to separate this. We want to have multiple winners. We're going to go first prize, 30 ARK. Which one should we draw first, Matt? Would you draw the second and third, the 10 ARK each?
You got to bring the big guns out early, Max. I think.
So you go first one out of the hat gets 30 ARK. Then there'll be 10 ARK drawn twice for second and third place. So you got nothing to lose. If you join under the Badgers wallet, you will be in that draw. Now, our last video, Matt, we did do just a bit of an update.
So I'll pause that there for a moment. Keen to, we're doing a bit of a giveaway for 50 days, which is a bit of a milestone in the project. I think from memory, it's around Feb 6, I think, something around that.
Yeah, I think it is Feb 6, Maxi, yeah.
Yeah, Feb 6. So just keen to, I don't know if there's any gun team builders in the chat today, but what you guys have done that has worked particularly well, whether giveaways and things like this have made an impact. If you have done these giveaways, what have you actually done to sort of maximize the impact? How are you kind of, I guess we're all kind of in these podcasts each day, but how are we kind of taking this content out to find new people who might not have heard about ARK yet? Always a risk.
Well, because of the way we operate here at ARK, there's no team shilling in DMs or in the main chat from any of the investors. So what you're doing is a great way to go about it. You know, make some content that's on another platform. You know, maybe a Medium article or a YouTube video or a TikTok. These are the best methods. Obviously, if you're in other groups and you know other people in crypto, that's a fantastic way as well. But we have a strict rule at ARK that any new investors that come through the Telegram, or any part of the socials, there's no self or team shilling. It's very, very strict rule that we have, and it just because. Atlas has said it, a number of times. Imagine you brought someone over to ARK, but you didn't have the time to go through everything. So you bring them into the Telegram channel and a bunch of people jump on the new investor and try and sign them up to their team. You'd never bring anybody to the Telegram ever again, and rightfully so. So it's a strict rule that we enforce. So like I said, the way you guys are doing it, making the external content is by far the best way. And we have a member here called Eternal, and he's an absolute killer when it comes to team building. He had 23,000 people under him in Drip. And what he does is he approaches other team builders from projects and YouTube, and he onboards them. And, then they obviously have communities. So going out and talking to people who have existing communities is a fantastic way to go about it.
Great chat. This next bit is more around just our update on results. You might remember when we last presented on here, I think we did a 3-week update. So this is just a bit more on where we're up to.
On how things have gone for us. That was at day 20. Now at day 33, you can see here the ARK balance is at 9.64, and again this sheet proving incredibly accurate. I'll just load this up here now.
Has Kelly Snook done it again?
She's done it again, I reckon. Where are we at? 9.62, so that is pretty damn close. And that's probably a few hours into the day as well. We've got a few in the available balance. 9.64, and then we have, we've drawn close to 720, and I say close to 720 because I've been just learning the ropes on having to allocate a few of these rewards into the airdrop pool. I might even, I'll wait to the end of the day for our rewards timer once that ticks down to near.
So a quick shout out, I think it's SK Crypto did a video on how to set up airdrops and stuff. Just want to say, I don't know if he's in here, but that was extremely useful for me to figure out how to actually get some of these rewards into my balance. So thank you for that.
Zero will allocate.
Let's get this crypto.
Make sure we've got that balance up to 50 by day 50 for our 50 ARK giveaway. So you can see there, what are we, by day 50, this balance should be up at almost 1,200. And we'll have pulled out 1,260. So starting to get very close to ROI land.
Yes, indeed. And obviously, this being a team wallet and having the Silver Legacy NFT, we're on a 5-day compound, 2-day claim strategy. So
always good to clarify that.
Yes, always good to clarify that, Maxi.
Yes. Those who are doing, say, the 1.33, like you are in your in your personal wallets if you'd have the same balance as us, which is of course unlikely, but you'd see your balance would be a little bit lower there with the less compounding. But
you claim to
take a little more out. So
indeed.
So that's how it all works. So very exciting news. That is our breaking news. It's a short video today, but we have 50 ARK tokens being given away for day 50 joining on the crypto badge as well. Have we got any other messages for the badges, Matt?
Well, just a quick question, Maxie, for you. How are we going to do this draw? Are we going to do it in the Telegram?
Yeah, and I've seen that in the ARK Telegram daily giveaways, and of course, I do encourage everyone to join the incredible feats of almost 80 podcasts in a row that they've done.
It's unreal.
They use an application where they enter the Telegram.
So I think the rest of that's just kind of more administrative. So I mean that's the crux of our content, but effectively that's our go at building our team, which was the theme for content this week. And yeah, I don't know if we also maybe as a collective want to try and mark that 50 days or any other kind of milestones as a promotional point for the project where maybe we can collectively do something special to mark 50 days, or maybe wait for 100, or however we kind of decide as a community.
Yeah, certainly 100 days I think is a big one, Maxi. And by then as well, quite a lot of people will have ROI'd as well, and I think that's good marketing in itself, probably the best marketing of all.
Or maybe long range, we can have a think about going large on 100 days.
Possibly 100 for 100, Max. We'll see.
Don't know what those Spark Awards will be up to by then.
Now, we haven't been the beneficiary of a Spark reward yet, but yes, looking forward to hopefully getting our time in the sun there.
Indeed. And just I suppose another question I'll throw out there around the, I guess the DAO and utility, and I'm sure it's been discussed in one of the podcasts. I'm unfortunately not on here every day, but if there's anything in our content that we can put out there about the DAO, and I suppose whether that be the formation of that, then we'd be happy to include that in some of our content.
Yeah, 100%, Maxi. I mean, at some juncture, obviously, the conversation's going to sort of start talking a little bit more about utility. And one of the things that really attracted both of us, I think, to ARK, other than the general mechanics of it, and having the benefit of observing some of these other ROI dApps and what they've done right and what they've done wrong, but really sort of that utility, sort of the holy grail, really, for most ROI dApps. So, and sort of, I think ARK's ideas, and listening to Atlas talk, some of his ideas around utility really got us very interested, because they're certainly coming from things, I think, from a different place than a lot of other ROI dApps. So really looking forward to the discussion around the DAO and sort of starting to get some of this utility going.
We've been very busy on that. Brett could tell you how many meetings we had today in regards to the utility, because we're understanding that our backgrounds, our contacts, our experience in the real world, and we've always said this, to you guys, our intention is to cross on over to the real world and tap into the investors, the average Joe and Janes, the Uber drivers, those people, and bring them into DeFi. But I think we also can just up the ante and, bring products to the investors here in the real world that can really set things far, far apart. We can't talk about it too much. I think you've seen that we're the type of folks that under promise and over deliver. And we want to have everything really in place, everything signed. Real world, businesses have contracts, and like we said, when we have everything ready to go, we will come to the DAO. We will present the business opportunities for the external investments and let you guys decide. It's not our funds. They are your funds. So very important to do that due diligence. And we're very excited with what's coming together here on our side. And if you want to add to that, Brett.
No, I think you've got it covered. I don't want to get in trouble.
No, look, I certainly appreciate that, and it's actually quite refreshing, to be honest. Not just to be out there sort of spreading a bunch of hopium and just keeping it real, and like you said, over delivering. I mean, that's something that we've not seen in a lot of other projects, and they've really just sort of been humming along on more hope than anything else. And yeah, I look forward to the day that the DAO's created, and you can press the button on some of these things.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's created already in the smart contracts. As you know, every year we build it ourselves in-house. We've got top talent. So we're building the interface for Telegram, where with your NFT, your legacy NFT, you're able to prove that you own it, and then you're going to be allowed to come into that group in Telegram. We'll do polling there, and then obviously the actual vote will be on the blockchain through the smart contract. So that's right, all.
Sounds good.
That part's ready to go, but it's really presenting to you guys what's going to happen. I believe we have over $306,800 already sitting there ready to move into action. But these things have to be done correctly. You cannot rush long-term positioning of capital, especially in the real world. You have to be able to understand the opportunity and be able to pivot through time. So that's very important to us. We don't want to just go with one thing. We have a couple different options, but as we move through our process and our due diligence, bringing a lot of our backgrounds and expertise, we do believe and feel that you folks will be very, very impressed, and it will put ARK in a whole different galaxy to what you've seen in this space. Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, again, the benefit of, I guess, hindsight as well. A lot of projects bringing on board or attempting to bring on board utility more as an afterthought rather than working on it from the get-go. And I know you guys have been working on utility before the project was even launched. So, you've got a great head start there, I think.
That's exactly it. And it's just a matter of bringing it to reality. We're so impressed with the mobile app, the design, the whole rebranding, everything that's coming. Maybe pretty soon we'll actually tease you guys and give you a small glimpse into it so that you can really see what's going on. I mean, the quality just screams, Apple software. It just screams, the easy, intuitive user interface. Something as complex as Uber, what's really under the hood, the GPS, the payments, folks being able to give tips. And at the end, the consumer, the user wants a simple, clear user interface that's going to get them from point A to point B, whatever that might be, without worrying what's under the hood. How many APIs are plugged in? What does it take to be able to accomplish that? And what you see here currently, I think it's a great ROI dApp. But again, we've always said it. Our end user is the average person. Maybe it's a young man that his job is, cracking coconuts with a big machete in a beach in Thailand, and he needs to be able to come into ARK and very easily start earning as the same way we all have. So simplifying it, and that's the way we've done it. We're thinking about the end user, and then we're reverse engineering to be able to put this into their hands later.
The mobile app's going to be a significant step forward. Just a quick question surrounding that, and I know you're probably keeping your cards a little close to your chest, but in terms of onboarding those users through the mobile app, I mean, does it do wallet creation and all that sort of stuff for them, or is that are they additional steps, or are you able to say sort of in broad brushstrokes sort of how that might work?
Yes. Ideally, for that component, we do not want to custody crypto of an investor. Whenever you do that, you're having to do quite a lot of audits and testing. That's a very, very long process, as it's a huge responsibility. So we're talking about, something as simple as downloading the mobile application and, scanning your friend's QR code in his application. Now you're in, getting your credit card, buying crypto, and then having, I don't know if you've ever used Wallet Connect in some applications. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yep. So you can open the SafePal wallet, you can open a Trust wallet, and, we let them handle that part. We handle, the ROI component here. And then also creating through that products that are a lot simpler for the end user, because maybe they can be a bit overwhelmed with like, wait, I've got the foundation, I've got the vault, I got all this stuff, and then having an expert mode for folks like yourself that are DeFi experts. You guys have been through these DApps before, so you know your way around. But ideally, be able to cater to both investors, the complete newbie, rookie, but having an experience that just gives them what they want. They want to earn just like all of us, but they want it in a very simple format.
May I have a
it's going to be very, very exciting, that.
Before getting into, I have a quick comment for Atlas. So whenever you talk, it is chopping. So I know it is being recorded, but I'm listening via my Bluetooth headset, and then I see whenever you talk, it is chopping. So anyone else recognizing?
Say something here. End as well.
Here, give me a second, guys. Let me log out and get back in.
Maybe.
Let me see if it's a situation of the connection or Telegram or RAM. I'm getting an echo now. Getting somebody, or maybe the microphone. Ooh, hold on a second. I think I know what's happening here. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Well, I think, Brad, that sort of wraps up the crypto badges component of this. Thanks for having us on once again. We've obviously, again, thank you to the whole team at ARK for just keeping on. As I think Vizy Dip said in our video, it's spectacularly boring, and we love it.
Yeah, we certainly do. Yes, a big thanks to the team. Everything's going as planned as far as we're concerned, and just looking forward to the coming months ahead and other releases, and I'm really looking forward to things, guys. And thanks for having us on again. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate you attending and your participation and helping to build the community. You guys are great. Thank you.
All righty, we will sign off then. Best of luck with the rest of the podcast.
Another great video, guys. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Is my sound better now, guys?
Yeah, crystal clear. Much better.
Okay. Thank you, man, for pointing that out. Yeah, the last thing we want is, anyone talking and not being heard correctly. Appreciate you, brother. All right. So let's go ahead and do the screen share. And we got to make a decision, because we just have another huge YouTuber drop a masterpiece about ARK. It's a bit long. It's about 21 minutes. So I don't know if we want to leave it for tomorrow or we want to just jump on that and seize the day right now. How are you guys feeling about it?
Well, it just lets the spark reward build up that little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're at 193. Yeah. Well, look, I've got, as you know, no bigger passion than ARK. And this is something that we put a lot of work into. We had several meetings. Her name is Summer. Brett and I had several meetings. First I had one, then me and him had one. And we really put a lot of work into this. So I think it's what better time, what better day than to just go ahead and check this out right now. So just give me a second, guys. We're going to get this pulled up and going. And I'll go ahead and pin it as well so everybody can go and clap, subscribe, smash the likes.
Do you want to just send it to me, Atlas, and then I can add the little disclaimer about what you need to do to be eligible? Because what we're finding is some of the engagement happens from the Telegram and they're not in the voice chat in the podcast.
Here you go. It is sent, sir.
Brad, can you post the Crypto Badgers video as well?
Yeah, Crypto Badgers video is in the main chat and pinned.
All right. Here we go, folks. Let me know if you can hear it, okay?
What's up, everybody? Today I'll be talking about a project that's innovative.
You cannot see the screen?
Cannot see the screen.
What about now? Oh, wait. I got to actually put it on. Thanks for your patience, folks. Do you see now?
We certainly do.
All right. Let's start here.
What's up, everybody? Today I'll be talking about a project that's innovating in the ROI depth.
Is that loud or low?
I mean, it might be a touch loud, but it's definitely not too loud.
Let's see.
Space, even during a bear market. This is Arkfi.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Today I'll be talking about a project that's innovating in the ROI depth space, even during a bear market. This is Arkfi. As the DeFi space continues to grow, we're seeing more and more projects pop up that take familiar concepts and try to innovate with new methods and approaches. One type of DeFi project is an ROI DApp, which rewards users for a deposit, and some of the more popular platforms include a team building referral system. Arkfi is one of the most recent contenders in this department. The team has built an ecosystem that's intended to surpass previous projects, with their main goal to remain stable over time and integrate real-world utility. They've also been giving away rewards live on their podcast every single night, and I'll discuss this in more detail later on. In this video, I'll be doing a full overview of the Arkfi ecosystem. I'll talk about how the platform works, focusing on the three major pillars of the ecosystem. I'll also talk a bit about what to expect in the near future and what my personal opinion is on the project. I've also teamed up with Arkfi to do a community giveaway, so stay tuned for more details later in the video. Before we get down to business, for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Summer, and I'd like to welcome you to Fire Hustle, where I dive into topics on crypto, passive income, and side hustles. If you enjoy this content, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can take advantage of all the work I've done. It really helps the channel, and I would also really appreciate it. And remember, the crypto space comes with a high level of risk overall, and none of this is financial advice. My videos are meant as a tool for learning about passive income, side hustles, and investments, with the ultimate decision to invest being in your hands. Now let's talk about Arkfi. Arkfi is a DeFi platform built on the Binance Smart Chain. At the most basic level, it's an ROI DApp that rewards investors with daily returns on their investment. But what's really interesting is that how much one can earn is heavily influenced by the actions that they take on the platform. Essentially, doing actions that benefit the ecosystem is more rewarding, while actions that hurt the protocol will result in consequences, some that are irreversible. So it's really about creating a balance so that users can earn from the protocol without taking too much advantage of the reward system. In terms of the project team, you can find a list of all of the members and advisors on their website. They've got tons of experience in crypto technology and DeFi, as well as experts in development, business building, investments, and more. So far, the project has been audited by both CertiK and Driven Ecosystem. Now, one thing that did stand out to me right off the bat that's different from other ROI DApp teams is that they really encourage users to take their initial investment out first and then continue earning rewards with their profits. So there are a lot of moving parts with this project, which could seem overwhelming at first, but the entire ecosystem can be broken down into 3 major components: the ARK Vault, the ARK Foundation, and the legacy NFTs. Each one of these components offers a different way for users to benefit from the protocol. And if used all together, one can take full advantage of the reward system and maximize their earnings. So let's jump into how these components work, starting with the core aspect of this project, the ARK Vault. The ARK Vault is where users can make a deposit and earn a yield of up to 2% daily in the form of the project's native token, the ARK token. There's a total supply of 820,904 tokens. 12.5% of the supply was sold in a private pre-sale round, 31.3% sold in the public sale, 32.5% was used to fund the initial liquidity, 13.8% was placed into the project treasury at launch, and 10% was put aside for the team and advisors. When users purchase ARK tokens, they're immediately deposited and locked into the ARK Vault. This prevents tokens from being traded right away or dumped on the market. Token deposits are what make up the principal balance. In return, users can earn up to 2% daily on this balance. The maximum that can be earned through the ARK Vault is 300% or 3 times the amount of the principal balance. You can increase your maximum payout by adding to your principal balance through additional deposits, compounding, or referrals. But the protocol has an absolute reward cap at 80,000 ARK tokens for each account. Note that the minimum deposit is 10 ARK tokens post-tax, and the maximum deposit is 4,000 tokens post-tax, which includes airdrops received. So everyday rewards are paid out to each user over a 24-hour rewards timer. This basically means that your rewards will be given out to you over the span of 24 hours, and when the timer is up, you'll stop receiving rewards. To start earning rewards, again, the timer needs to be restarted, and this can only be done by taking at least one of the following ARK Vault actions. You can compound your reward, which increases your principal balance. You can withdraw your reward tokens to your wallet, or you can select airdrop, which moves the reward tokens to a section of the protocol called Syndicate. Keep in mind that the 24-hour timer for the next day won't start until all available rewards are allocated through these actions. So Syndicate is basically a referral system that lets users build a team through referrals in order to earn extra rewards. This is also a way to continuously promote the project as the protocol grows with each referral. Team leaders can set aside some rewards to airdrop tokens to their team members. The way it works is that anyone that uses your referral code is your direct referral at level 1. And if these direct referrals go and refer others, they become your downline referrals at level 2. And this continues on for 15 levels down. Now, at the top of this referral chain, you're considered the syndicate leader. Rewards in the syndicate are earned as follows. 5% of all deposits done by direct referrals or level 1 members get sent upline to the leader, which would be you in this example. 5% of all compounds done by referrals are sent upline, round robin style. What this means is that the reward is sent upwards 1 level at a time for 15 levels, then it resets and starts again at the bottom level. If there are any unoccupied levels at some point, the topmost wallet, known as the Guardian wallet, will receive the remaining rounds of rewards until 15 rounds are complete. But in order to actually earn rewards from compounds, the receiving wallet must be doing at least one of 2 things: staking something called Bond in the ARK Foundation or holding legacy NFTs. I'll talk more about these soon. Okay, so this is the perfect time to talk about the Fire Hustle community giveaway. I've teamed up with Arkfi to give away $100 worth of ARK tokens to 5 random investors that join ARK as part of my syndicate team. To qualify for these giveaway prizes, you'll need to follow my referral link and deposit a minimum of 10 ARK. If you're interested, you can find the link in the description below. Obviously, no pressure. Good luck. Now, I mentioned that the reward payout could be up to 2% per day, so you may be wondering, how is the exact reward rate determined per day? Well, what's neat is that this protocol is designed to change the reward rate based on the user's actions as they get paid out. In other words, how much you earn depends on what you decide to do with your ARK token rewards. Each user's behavior is captured using two calculated elements, the net deposit value and the compound withdrawal ratio. The net deposit value, or NDV, determines whether an account has more tokens deposited or withdrawn. The following formula is used to calculate this value. You add deposits post-tax with referral rewards, then subtract withdrawals post-tax. If the resulting NDV is a positive number, then your reward rate is 2% daily. If it's a negative number, that means your withdrawn amount exceeds your total deposit, and the daily reward drops down to 1%. Compounding rewards won't impact the NDV calculator, as well as sending or receiving airdrops. The compound withdrawal ratio, or CWR, is basically a value that represents how you decide to split your rewards between compounds and withdrawals. The CWR value is calculated based on the percentage of rewards allocated to withdrawals compared to compounds. Rewards that are airdropped to others will count as withdrawals for this calculation. Each wallet starts off with the CWR value of 1 after a fresh deposit. Then after this, the value is calculated again when rewards are allocated on a 14-day rolling average, meaning that all of the actions done in the last 2 weeks are taken into account. They've provided a chart with CWR values for certain compound withdrawal percentage splits. There are lower and upper limits to the CWR value. The lower limit is 0.75, which is when 57% of rewards are being allocated to withdrawals. Falling below this limit will permanently slash rewards to 0.5% daily, and this can never be reversed. So it's important to ensure that the allocation for withdrawals never exceeds 57%. The upper limit is set at 1.5, which indicates a 60-40 split between compounds and withdrawals. Now, if a user ever exceeds this upper limit, the compounding action is suspended until the CWR is reduced below 1.5 through withdrawals or airdrops. On the Vault dashboard, you'll be able to see exactly what your NDV and CWR values are, as well as a lot of other important information. You have the 24-hour timer in the corner here, the current daily reward rate, the max payout progress, which will show you how close you are to reaching the maximum payout, balance details, referral rewards, airdrops, and more. The dashboard also provides a useful tool to help you split your reward allocations. The way it works is that you can use the sliders to indicate how much of your available rewards will undergo each action. So if you wish to compound half and withdraw half, you can set the sliders to 50% each and hit allocate to distribute rewards. To make things easier for users, the allocate button will also display the estimated CWR value if you were to take those actions. This helps you see what your CWR value would become and gives you a chance to make adjustments to allocation splits if needed. Now, if you're someone who won't be on the DApp every single day to allocate rewards, there's a feature on the dashboard called auto allocation. This will allocate your rewards for you automatically every single day. You just need to set the number of days you want this system to run and select a target CWR that you're looking to achieve, and the rest will be handled for you. But you will be required to repay some BNB for gas to cover the daily transactions. So that's an overview of how the ARK Vault functions. Now, with an ARK Vault account, users are able to participate in the ARK Foundation. This is basically where you can provide liquidity and earn rewards in exchange. Depositing either ARK or BUSD will automatically swap half of it to form the BUSD ARK liquidity pair, represented by what's called bond. The more you deposit into the ARK Foundation, the greater your bond value. The deposit limit is set at 200 ARK tokens every 24 hours, but there's no limit on BUSD deposits. Your bond is automatically staked for you, and this unlocks the ability to earn rewards in 2 ways. First of all, there's a variable daily reward paid in BUSD that's funded by the 10% deposit and withdrawal taxes for bond stakers. The 10% tax is distributed as 6% to the rewards pool for bond stakers over time, 2% gets sent immediately to bond stakers, and 2% goes towards the ARK treasury. The cut of rewards received by each bond staker depends on the percentage of total bond that they own. Users then have the choice to withdraw BUSD rewards to their wallet or compound it back into the bond stake. Bond can also be sold at any time in exchange for a BUSD payout, but the 10% withdrawal tax will still apply. The second reward for staking Bond is the ability to unlock syndicate levels. This allows users to receive 5% of compounds done by downline referrals, as I mentioned earlier. A greater value of Bond staked unlocks more levels downline. So $250 worth of Bond will unlock level 1, while $10,000 worth of Bond unlocks all 15 levels. In addition to the ARK Foundation, ARK Vault participants also have access to the project's exclusive NFTs called Legacy NFTs. There are 3 NFT tiers available: Silver, Gold, and Platinum. The most common NFT is Silver, which has a max supply of 3,000 and is valued at $1,000 USD each. Then there are 500 Gold NFTs available, which cost $4,000 each. And the most rare NFT, the Platinum NFT, only has a max supply of 100 and each one costs $10,000 to mint. These NFTs can be minted using BUSD and come with various perks and rewards for holders. The first perk is that each NFT can earn from an NFT rewards pool. 20% of each NFT mint is sent to the rewards pool, while the remaining 80% goes to the ARK Treasury for external investment. This will in turn further grow the NFT rewards pool. A portion of the ARK token buying and selling taxes are also sent to the rewards pool. How much each NFT receives from the pool depends on the ownership percentage of the pool. If 100% of NFTs are minted, owning one silver NFT means you own 0.0167% of the rewards pool. Owning a gold NFT means you'll own 0.0667%. And a platinum NFT gives you 0.1667% ownership of the rewards pool. Every day, 2% of the rewards pool is distributed to holders according to the percentage of the pool that they own in the form of BUSD. The second perk is that legacy NFTs unlock syndicate reward levels just like bond staking does. So a silver NFT will unlock up to level 3, gold will unlock up to level 9, and platinum will unlock all 15 levels. Now you can also combine silver and gold NFTs with a bond stake to unlock more downline levels. The bond stake values required to unlock each level as a silver or gold NFT holder are shown here. Another perk of holding a legacy NFT is that your CWR limit can be increased. Remember that normally the upper limit for the CWR is 1.5, which corresponds to a 60-40 split between compounds and withdrawals in the ARK Vault. Legacy NFTs can push the limit beyond 1.5 so that a higher percentage of rewards can be compounded, which means your principal balance in the vault can grow more quickly. A silver NFT raises your CWR limit to 2.5, gold raises it to 6, and platinum raises it all the way up to 13, and that allows a 93% compounding rate. And the final perk as an NFT holder is membership in the ARK DAO, which allows voting on ecosystem changes, investments, and more. A silver NFT gets you 1 vote, a gold NFT gets you 4 votes, and a platinum NFT gets you 10 votes each. That means the silver holders have a majority of the votes with 3,000 total votes. Then there are 2,000 votes for gold holders and 1,000 for platinum holders. One cool thing is that they have an exclusive Telegram group for these holders where users will be given access to updates, events, proposals, and new developments. And this Telegram group will also be used for informal polls regarding the project. Whereas for major changes, users will need to anonymously vote through the Arkfi dApp. Now, each wallet can only hold 1 NFT at a time, but if you wish to upgrade your NFT, then you must trade in your current NFT and pay additional BUSD. So for example, if you wanted to upgrade your silver NFT to gold, you need to trade in the silver NFT and pay an additional 3,000 BUSD. In the future, you'll be able to trade these NFTs on their native marketplace. Now that I've covered the major aspects of Arkfi, let's go over the ARK token taxes so you can see how these fees help power the ecosystem. There's a 13% tax on token buys and sells, 10% tax on deposits from a wallet, compounds, withdrawals, airdrops, and wallet transfers. There's also a 50% dump tax that gets applied when a user sells ARK tokens from their wallet without having any tokens in the ARK Vault. A portion from all of these collected taxes gets sent to the ARK Vault for daily reward payouts. 5% of deposits and compound taxes are used as referral rewards as part of the syndicate system. From all token buys and sales, 1.5% gets sent to the legacy NFT rewards pool, and another 1.5% goes to the ARK Treasury. A portion of taxes from sales, airdrops, and transfers is sent to the liquidity pool. And a 2% portion from the buy tax is put towards the liquidity controller, which can adapt to market conditions and help prevent wild price fluctuations. Token selling is also capped, with 1 sale allowed every 24 hours and up to 200 ARK tokens sold each time. In terms of the project treasury, these funds will then be used to cover marketing and team expenses like member salaries, help develop the ecosystem, and create revenue through external investments and partnerships. Now, what's really cool is that the team does a podcast every single night to talk about the latest project updates and answer questions. They also give out Spark prizes, which are ARK token giveaways done every single day. These prizes are funded by the Guardian wallet, so 50% of the round robin rewards collected by the Guardian wallet from downline compounds get sent to the Spark rewards pool. You can become eligible for Spark rewards by doing one of two things. You can purchase and stake at least 250 USD worth of bond in the foundation, or purchase a legacy NFT. Prize winners are announced on the DApp as well as on the Discord and Twitter page. And ARK tokens that are won get added to the Vault principal balance after the next reward allocation. So far, they've given out almost 30,000 BUSD worth of ARK and plan on continuing these giveaways. Now, let's talk a bit about the future of Arkfi. So in about 3 to 4 weeks from now, the Arkfi team is looking to build their mobile app. The purpose of this app will be to make the process easy for anyone to join the Arkfi platform, including non-crypto users. There's also plans to implement additional use cases through the app, but we'll have to wait and see what exactly the team has planned for us. So what are my opinions on the project? Well, I think the Arkfi team has done a great job of designing the platform in a way that promotes sustainability. First off, their method of placing limits on users' actions on the DApp gives everyone a fair chance to earn rewards regardless of their investment size. The CWR does a good job of preventing too many withdrawals with a permanent daily reward slash to 0.5%. However, the upper limit also forces investors to withdraw tokens at some point instead of just allowing aggressive compounding. And the result of this is just a balance of rewards and compounds that keep the protocol healthy. Now, that being said, each user still has the ability to adjust their strategies within the set limits, and this will impact their returns. Now, the token supply isn't fixed, which means that at any given point, the protocol can start minting new ARK tokens. However, this will only be triggered if the ARK Vault rewards pool runs out of tokens to pay out. The compound and withdrawal mechanics of this project help sustain the ecosystem without having to mint tokens right away. But if the project continues to go, eventually there will be a higher demand for tokens and minting will have to occur. Usually minting could be seen as a negative for protocols because this inflates the supply and pushes the token price down. But by then, the goal is to have grown the ecosystem by increasing the user base and developing external revenue. I also did have the chance to speak to Atlas and Brett, and from speaking to them, I can tell you that they're super passionate about the project and innovating in the space. They've been great when it comes to answering any questions that I've had, and the team has been focusing on being as transparent as possible and accessible to the community, which is extremely important in the DeFi space. Now with Arkfi bringing so many changes to the ROI DApp space, this does bring some hope for the space where we've seen so many projects fizzle out in the last little while. But with any project, we know that on paper, all of the functionalities sound great, and the true test is when investors get involved. So with that, the question is, can this project be sustainable and how long will it last? So far, they've managed to thrive in a bear market and have over 2,500 active Vault accounts. But the project is still fairly new, so we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. I'm definitely looking forward to the future of this project and seeing what the team has in store when it comes to their mobile app and future utility. They have mentioned that the additional utility won't be anything like a lottery ticket or some sort of gimmick. So I'll be on the lookout for some updates from the team. And that's all, folks. If you want to stay on top of this project, definitely check out their website and socials, which I've linked in the description below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Here on Fire Hustle, I make a commitment to tell you everything you need to know about a project in the shortest amount of time possible. As always, if you have any projects that you want me to look into, let me know in the comments below. And remember, these are high-risk projects and none of this is financial advice. I highly recommend that you do your own research before deciding to invest in these projects. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.
Well, I am blown away. What an absolutely fantastic video. I feel like I could send that to anyone at any level, you know, a DeFi master or a crypto newbie, and that would just be the best educational video. I am completely blown away. She is fantastic.
That would have taken me like 3 months to do, and I don't think I could even do it. That was amazing. She's on Fire Hustle. So cool.
Sheesh. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Summer has spoken. She did say that she would create the ultimate guide for ARK, and we've had some amazing videos. The amount of effort and work, if you look at those images, explaining, breaking down the white paper, those are all done by her. That is not copy paste. That's original content. She really took the time out to work with us, man. Shout out to Summer. Sheesh. Man, she killed it. She killed it. Wow.
Let's get this crypto. Baggy. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
What did the rest of you guys think about that? Z, Florida Realtor, help us out. What's your first impression?
Dude, I'm blown away, man. I'm speechless right now. Like, sometimes you get in video and you learn something, you take tutorials on, but what she was doing was she broke it down in such a way that was simple to understand and explain things in such a varied way that you don't see many YouTubers do that in a simplistic form. And she does that. Like, you never feel tandem over like how she's sort of laying over the information or describing certain things. It's like she's done her homework. And yeah, it could take her 3 months to make such videos. I'm sure she's done it so much that she can implement it in such a way. But it was very insightful, and kudos to her. She did a great job, and can't wait to subscribe and like and comment those videos coming up from her, man. Really, really good review, honestly.
Yes, sir.
I'm still at awe. I mean, I can't believe how, just more educated I feel. And I've read the white paper. I mean, just to actually, when you read something, you kind of get it, but when you can have someone demonstrate that to that level is just incredible. I mean, that's just from A to Z. Anybody that does not know anything about ARK at all now is way ahead of the game by watching that tutorial right there in that short of time. I just cannot believe that, just in that short of time, just demonstrated the whole entire white paper in a simple, understandable way. I mean, unbelievable, Summer. Incredible job.
I think you raised the bar for the future YouTubers.
Yes, sir. Anybody else have a comment? What did you guys think about it? All right. What about you, Mr. Catalyst? Catalyst has a very analytical mind.
There was nothing analytical about this. It was all emotion. I was on the edge of my seat. I could, to say she took my breath away is not an understatement. I was like holding my breath. I couldn't believe that she could deliver at that cadence for that long without, I'm sure there was some cuts in there, but it was flawless. She was just on fire. I've never seen a video by her before. I'm so happy. I just wrote her a comment saying, I'm so happy to have found your channel. I'm definitely subscribing. If her delivery and presentation does not engage you, then there's something wrong with you. It was, I'm not exaggerating. I was on the edge of my seat. I was just enthralled, wondering when she was going to take a breath, when she was going to pause. It was amazing. I've been thinking about doing some videos, but I'm giving it up. I can't even compete now. It's crazy. She is amazing. And I've not come across her channel, and I've not seen any of her work or videos, but I'm definitely subscribing and going to keep an eye out for more of her videos because just on fire.
I've never heard you grasp for words, man. You're like, good. Amazing catalyst. Yeah, we're blown away. And I think it's no secret. We've talked about this a lot here on the podcast that we're not looking for the cheap shill. We're not looking for folks to represent ARK if they themselves would not be an investor. You know, they really have to take the time. They have to do the due diligence. They have to put the work in if they're going to be hired by the team here. And, you know, we've set out to find the best of the best. You know, we shared with you a gentleman yesterday that had 187,000 subscribers. You know, that's important. You know, we need to get out there. We need to reach it. But we also need content that we could send to a friend on WhatsApp, you know, or a text message. Hey, check this out. And we've always talked about that hurdle of explaining a complex system in a simple way. So I think she did absolutely amazing. Really under-promised and under-delivered. So, yeah, man, we have to put that on rotation. That's got to be like the guide.
Over-delivered.
Over-deliver. Underpriced, over-deliver. I think that's what you meant. But this girl, Summer, her quality of video is much better. I think twice or 10 times better, twice better than the guy who did the review yesterday. 100,000 subscribers. She's much less subscribers, but her quality of video, she'll get a lot of subscribers for sure.
Yeah, they're different people for different jobs, right? Just like, you know, anything, especially when it comes to marketing and information education. This is, you know, she's got a thriving, 18,000 subscribers is amazing. But the quality of the content, it's something, like I said, we could use this in our daily lives. As we know, people don't like to read white papers, right? This is an amazing tool. And part of what we've been telling you guys that, you know, the mobile application, everything's going to be geared towards a easy understanding of what we're doing here. So, right in line. Anybody else? Mistletoe, what did you think about it? Maybe he's away from the mic at the moment. Chris Dugan, did you have a chance to watch it with us?
I did. I'm familiar with her and her work, so she always does a good job like that.
All right. Well, let's do some Spark rewards. And if you haven't noticed, folks, we are again at an all-time high.
Yes, sir.
That was good. Let's go ahead and make it happen. See if we didn't take too long between the two transactions. Give me a quick second, folks.
I added 250 bonds to one of my wallets, so I've got another entry in the Spark reward pool.
All right, here we go, folks. Tonight's lucky winner, their wallet is ending in 4AC3. Congratulations.
Let's get this crypto. Baggy. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
Mr. Fortunate, are you ready for spinning the wheel? Give 50 BUSD away to these folks.
Atlas, that's a first-time winner.
Let's go. Congratulations. Mr. Fortunate, are you ready?
No, not yet. I'm still working on the list. Just give me a
All right. Take your time, sir. We are in no hurry, no rush.
May I?
Free money.
Atlas, may I?
Yes, sir.
Because I know some of the ones that are in this chat did. I just want to thank everybody who watched my YouTube video last night and subscribed to it. It means a lot. I mean, I'm just a new YouTuber. Just want to get some information out there, and I just noticed that like 30 seconds ago, somebody else just subscribed, and I appreciate it. I'm not doing this. I don't do this for money or anything like that. I just want to see everybody else get a fair shot at making a different type of income. That's all.
Man, I loved your video, Crypto Putter. You went in here and okay, I'm going to go do one. You rushed out of here. You were excited because you really understand what we're doing here. We want to support our community, whether they're writing Medium articles or they're making YouTube videos. Our funds are spent best supporting our community. Every chance, every way we can, we want to give back. We want folks to be able to win in so many different ways, and participation. Taking a risk to get off the couch and do something you've never done before. That's admirable and amazing.
I would challenge our community to this because I'm going to do it when it happens. I'm not a person who wins anything. I can't win dirt. When I do win this, I'm going to make a YouTube of it actually happening. And I would challenge whoever just won this, or I think it was Mistletoad, or I think it was Udaman, some of these guys who have won previously, and some of them obviously 2 times already. You put that out on YouTube as content, people will put more validity into this. And I mean, if it's referrals that you're looking for, then I would think that, yeah, you should be able to generate that. But just to get the word out there about this would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to do it when I win, just because I want people to see that this is, this is legit. This is not, you heard it in my voice last night when I was talking about this. It's hard to describe Spark, what it can do for you when you win your Spark rewards. It's just changing, and I've never seen anything like it. So am I giddy about it? Yeah, I am. So that's all.
Man, we love your enthusiasm. And I think when you left yesterday, you were excited. You said, I'm going to go do a short video. Man, when you sent me the link and I looked at it, and I was blown away because, man, you really went in there and you went over so many details. I already told you we're going to have you featured here. I don't want to give too much away. But, if you folks haven't seen it, we're going to have him come and show us the video. We're going to watch it together like we did tonight and we did yesterday. And we're going to go and vote as a community and hit the likes and leave the comments and support Crypto Putter. But I wasn't expecting the quality of the content and how you went into it and your enthusiasm it just gave me FOMO. So amazing job, man.
So I got to divulge this information. Florida realtor, I said this, I think it was last night. He doesn't live too far from me. And we've actually spoke on the phone. He kind of is in the same industry that I'm in, only just a little bit different. But he knows how new I am to all this because I got into to drip with him. And I had never met him before. Met him in Telegram, I think it was. And so if he sees it and he says, okay, he should be able to say, yeah, he's come a little ways. I'm nothing like Summer was. Because that's her thing. That's her niche. That's what she does. This YouTube stuff is not my niche. I look at it as I'm a 53, almost a 54-year-old man that I'm technically challenged to a degree. And I'm sure that there's other people out there that are just like me that need this stuff explained to them as in layman's terms as possible. And that's why I do what I do. I'm not trying to get a referral. I'm not trying to make money off it. I'm just trying to give somebody some information.
Well, you did an amazing job, man. Amazing. I was blown away. I can't wait for us to share it. I know that Coach Brad is going to book you in to be a guest here at the All Aboard sessions.
All aboard!
Because this is exactly, if you remember and look back, Catalyst came into our community, being one of the great minds, great writers, editors of Cryptozoa, the success Dave had. And when this gentleman came in here, it raised, I believe, the level of education and to be able to really communicate and grow a community and grow a project. And he's been steadfast, always here, always excited, and always willing to help and inspire others. And it's that domino effect, that network effect of folks understanding that if you get out there, you will see results. So,
hey, Atlas, that's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
And in Crypto Putter, we've had conversations on different levels, and he's asking me how things. I spent some time walking him through things, and it just didn't stop there. I mean, he took it upon himself to educate himself and be involved. Look into these communities and spend time like right now, in time that he spent on that YouTube video to educate. So he's taken what I took a little bit of time and poured into him. He's taking and pouring into others. And that's what makes this so successful. And that's what makes this community thrive so much, is because we're willing to just give, and pour into others. And that's how we all grow and educate each other. So it's a great job, man. I'm proud of you. You did an excellent job. And I look forward to some other videos and watching more of your success, brother. Kudos.
Thank you so much. You just, and just thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. It just come from the heart, and there was no ulterior motive or anything like that. It's just share the wealth, if you will. Reach one, teach one, something like that. I think I heard somebody say one time. So that's just trying to do my part.
And you are, man. And so many folks have really stepped up here and have embraced this community, have anchored themselves to the ARK. And I mean, we still got plenty of time, but if you don't have a passport, do go ahead and get one for the 1-year anniversary, where we will board and we will sail together, literally, on the water, sitting back, calm, cool, and collected. And I can't wait for that day to meet you all in person. So get those passports.
Let's go to Mallorca. Let's go to Mallorca, and we can play on some of the luxury golf courses that they got over here. Because I play golf and I'm on a tour, and I just came back from Barcelona and Mallorca not too long ago. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Absolutely. That's I'm not in the mainland Spain. I'm in the Canary Islands. We have great golf here as well because it just doesn't rain. You can play every day of the year. It rained last year 6 days. But I'd love for us to do like a cruise. That way nobody has to drive. If they want to get wild, if they want to pop bottles of champagne on top of the table, put on their moon boots and helmets, we don't have to worry that anybody's going to drive and have an accident or get a DUI. So we'll go celebrate. So with that, Mr. Fortunate, are you there yet, or do you need a little more time, brother?
I'm ready, because if I keep telling you that I'm not ready, then people are going to keep messaging me trying to enter, and we're going to be sitting here all night.
Okay, how many folks do you have, sir?
57.
What
is that? Entries on both videos. Or...
Yeah, they sent me screenshots of both videos.
Fantastic. Community engagement is rising. I love it.
Indeed. A new record.
You guys are setting the bar so high. Congrats.
My man, DeFi Mystic in the house. How are you, sir?
Oh, beautiful. I'm just catching up. You guys are crushing right now.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being on board. You got a great community. I think we spoke about you last night on podcast number 86. And we were just talking because there was somebody who came in here that's a great investor, part of the community. And he's like, hey, I've got a private group of investors that I want you guys to come and talk to. And we, recalled our invitation to come to your community, to your private group. And I think we were ideally going to stay for an hour, but man, it turned into like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It was a party.
Yeah, it was a great convo. And I appreciate what Mr. Putter was saying. Like, unfortunately, we do need to teach people step by step on how to invest. And that's just what we have to do. Part of our job, fortunately, is to teach people. But yeah, man, much love. I mean, you guys came and hang. That's why I love your energy. I love the community. My guys are a little bit, my group is a little new to DeFi in general. So I literally have to walk them through even how to make a an LP, right? But you guys, your site's easy. I just have to continue to help them understand it. But it's actually not that difficult to understand once you, you kind of get familiar with it. But yeah, much love, man. Thank you. Thank you, everyone here. Great.
Thank you, Mystic. If you look at the pinned messages, you'll see a YouTube video that just dropped about ARK from Fire Hustle. Great YouTuber. It's about 21 minutes long, but I think you might find it very interesting, especially for those folks in the group that maybe are a little bit lost, because she really breaks it down. Images, everything done in such a professional manner. It's a must. We might call it the Bible here at ARK. Raise the bar. So do check that out, Mystic.
Yeah, let's DeFi.
I'm going to call her.
DeFi is in my neck of the woods.
It was like a fire hose, not a fire hustle. I mean, the amount of information she conveyed in that amount of time was just amazing. Incredible.
Yeah, usually she does shorter videos, but we went back and said, hey, we want to add this, we want to add that. I mean, a great professional experience. Not a lot of these people will take the time to sit down with you and understand what you're trying to convey and do the due diligence. So no, it was a fantastic experience. Speaking of educators, speaking of folks that are walking the talk out in, the crypto world and educating folks, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Brandon, the Drip Guide. Thanks for being here tonight with us, brother.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm just kind of in fly on the wall mode at this point. I'm just tuning in to the podcast for the first time. It's actually kind of I thought you might shout me out, and my wife just called me like literally 3 minutes ago, and we started having a conversation because I live part-time in the United States with my wife and my family, and then I live part-time in Puerto Rico, which is where I am right now. So we usually talk on the phone. And so she called me, and I was thinking, oh man, if he chooses to shout me out on the podcast right now, I won't be able to respond. And speaking of the devil, she's calling me back. She got a call from her daughter, and I was like, yeah, let's just call me back later. And there's my phone ringing again. So
we'll catch up later, Brandon. I'm sure you'll be back.
Yeah. Thanks.
Let's get this crypto. Daddy.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Mr. Fortunate, she's all yours. $58. Man, Fortunate, you're really taking it for the team over there. 2 screenshots verifying. That's amazing work. Man, round of applause for our brother here, Fortunate. Making sure all of these fantastic passengers on the ARK who want to participate get a chance to win. Is there anybody here that's live, present, calm, cool, and collected, who does not see their name on the list? All right, folks. Mr. Fortunate, on the count of 3, sir. 3, 2, 1. Sim 4K, congratulations. Let's go. You are the winner tonight. And that's how easy it is to participate. Smash that like, leave a comment, let people know your love and support of this project, that you've done the due diligence. Encourage them to come over. We're here every single night. And there's nothing we love more to do than educating folks about ARK. With that, let's head on over to Mr. Z for the DeFi sessions. Take it away, Mr. Z.
What's good, people? Hope everyone's well. I'm still mind blown from that video. That was something. But Alice, put the music on, man. Put those sorts of ARK metaverse vibes on. Let's get in that flow. And we got some.
I believe it's on. You don't hear it?
Do I not hear it? 1 second. No, I don't hear it.
Not on. I don't.
Does anybody?
I don't hear it.
That's really weird. It's been playing the whole time.
Yeah, it's there. It's subtle, but it's there.
It's very, very, very soft. You can barely hear it.
Oh, well, then tell the DJ to pump it up. All right, give me a second, Mr. Z. I'm going to bring you in. Put the volume up for you. Is that better?
Let's get in there. Yes. There we go. It's a DMT trip, the DeFi DMT trip on the ARK. Let's go. All right, folks. Now we got some music. We got some love. We got some harmony. There's quite a few things that I will be outlining throughout the week. So we're going to go through things briefly, and then we're going to sort of expand as we get through the week. But there's a bunch of upcoming layer 1s and layer 2s to be looking forward to. And before we do that, can everybody see my screen? If you can, let me know. If not, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. We're going to start out by looking at the Discord. We've hit 553 members. Let's go. This is small, slow and steady, winning the race. We're growing. I'm loving the interaction folks are throwing in the generals. And I'm really enjoying the meme competition that we kind of started out quietly. And the response we're getting is amazing. I think you got to see some of these memes. It just blasted. Terry Tibbs, you got competition, friends. There's some really good memes out here, but so this was the last one Terry Tibbs put out. The Spark prize poll is worth how much? And then we had sort of and Dick and like throw this one here, man. We trust the Arkfi, Ark, Elon Musk. We don't trust the banks. There's like some buy and hodl ARK. There's some real good, talented folks here. So we are running a meme competition, and you can all participate by creating a meme like this one. Hacker, scammer, fudder, shitcoin, me with ARK. There's some really good ones. I love this one. This guy's having a good time in life. He's got into some wealth, and you just see ARK all over it. DeFi, simplified, transparent, and sustainable for the ARKfi community. I mean, look at this. Elon wants a mark. CZ wants a mark. Vitalik wants a mark. Everybody wants a mark.
You see those legacy NFTs in the guy's hand. And the last one also had the legacy NFTs. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. You're right. Legacy NFTs. He's chilling. They're all buying the NFTs. They're throwing their bags for some mark. Now, this is beautiful. Like, this person is Abba Bayan. Abba Bayan. What a great tweet. What a great meme. It come closer. I need ARKfi. SpongeBob his last breath. So funny. Some of these, I like this one. This one wins it, man. Like, so CZ's calling Elon. And, hi, bro, are you sure we'll make it to the moon? And he's like, hi, bro, this is what I promise you both. Buy and hodl this now, ARK. I'll never lie. What are you waiting for? I mean, I don't know where to start. Like, I think I'll take some names out. Don ZHD, great meme. Katsura, the sort of the Elon CZ meme. We got some competition going on here, and me and Akash in the background were just laughing our heads off all day. This one, look at this, the Doge puppy with ARK sunglasses, man. Like, you can't go more gangster than that, Like, these memes are killing it. I mean, what can I say? Now, yeah, the memes are pretty insightful, and there's many incoming. I like this one, where two sorts of folks are leaving. Hey, why don't you take it all? Right? There's Bitcoin, Binance, Ethereum. Thank you. This is the best. Not that, And then he's holding an ARK box there. This is perfect. Elon looking for some ARK. And then we have Tenjek. Tenjek created a really cool ARK GIF. If I can make this thing bigger. Right, I'll put the volume bit down. But really cool video. Of some iced out ARK. And yeah, Tenjek, really, really good stuff. I'm really enjoying how creative folks are getting. And this is what we want to do. DeFi is about having fun, guys. I mean, you compound, you claim, you do your work, but then you have some fun. You create some memes, you get involved. So that's what Discord, Twitter, and all these, you can say, social norms are about. It's to communicate. It's to basically absorb information and have fun with it. So this week, because we've done 2 reviews, I'm going to just tell you, just briefing, that this is going to be a heavy week. We are going to talk about Aptos. And then we're going to be talking about some upcoming, you can say, layers. There's a layer called SUI protocol. That's a layer 1 that's coming out. We got some layer 2s. We got ZK Sync to be talking about. But today we're going to sort of go into why Aptos is pumping, right? What is Aptos? Why is it pumping? What makes it unique? And kind of understand its $18 price. I mean, it's currently trading at $18. So this was a really good article that kind of explained that a little bit. So it goes 3 reasons why Aptos exploded by 400% in 30 days. That's a 4x, right? In a month. So yeah, this project is the forefront. It always gives way to renewed layer 1. So we know it's a layer 1. We do understand that it's on PancakeSwap and on Aptos' own chain. It's got a market cap of you can say 2.5 billion. It's got and it's only 16% into its you can say circulating supply or total supply. So it's got a long way to go. But in the first month, to be creating the kind of projects that Aptos has been doing in NFT cells, in layer sort of like, you can say, they also use Move, which is a great development sort of program that allows them to do things in a much more interoperable way. Where the great thing about Aptos is it can transact about 160,000 transactions per second, which makes it one of the fastest. And it's doing it in a really autonomous way. And it's been doing really well. Their ecosystem is something that we should study a little bit about. And if you look at their ecosystem here, all these links are in DeFi links, by the way, guys. So if you guys ever want to check this out, there's some great stuff happening on Aptos. There's games being built. There's launch pads. There's like liquidity mining here going on here. There's infrastructure tools, and so Aptos has it going big. Like they've been raising quite well. They've been playing the game the right way. They've been working on roll ups. They've been doing a bunch of different things, and that's why the price. I mean, I would put this up to the sort of Ethereum level layer 1s, the way it's sort of building. And how it's getting the developers to work on different apps. So yeah, that's Aptos for you. Aptos is something to really, really look into. Now, next I would say is to basically read up about that a little bit, see its founding members, understand its liquidity pool, and check some reviews. If you guys go to YouTube, right, and you type in Aptos, you'll get thousands and thousands of reviews. Everyone sort of covered it in some way or form, and there's real big hype behind it. Like DeFi has really given it it's grand. So I would say start looking into it, research into it, and understand its ecosystem. Because the quicker you understand ecosystems, right, the more you basically get on the next project or you get something on a tip. And those are the prompts that we hope to live by. Now, the other thing I want to sort of cover is this week we are going to go into a bunch of different things. We're going to be going into, you can say, CN network, SUI network, Celestia, Fuel network, Koi network, Theta chain, and Drift protocol, which is an amazing DEX on Solana. These are projects, guys, that are not out yet. Right? These are big layer 1 projects with a lot of finance behind it. Like for example, SUI network is going to be the competitor to Aptos, right? And it's got developers from Meta that are building on this layer 1. And yeah, like it's also working on the interoperability. It's got Move sort of mainnet working on it. It's got a bunch of things that are going like in its way, and it's got an ecosystem that's building, and the token's not out yet, right? So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna be like through the week, we're gonna be like reading about SUI network a little bit more, and then we'll sort of, as the calendar ticks and we come to the countdown of its drop, we'll look into its price action stuff. But this is gonna be another Aptos. It's gonna do a 4 or 5x in a month when it comes out. It's got a big team behind it. And I just love the fact that all these mainnets are using Snark as its module. When you look at their transaction rate and how they keep them going, so yeah, SUI network, big thing to look into. And then we're going to be looking into SEI network, which is also a sort of layer 1 that's not out yet, right? And they're building real big technologies. Thus far, they've done 600 million transactions per second. They've got 22,000 transactions per, transactions in total, 600 million. Orders per second, 22,000. 4.5 million total testnet transactions. This is stuff that's going to take us to the next level. This is going to put these up in. So yes, guys, we're going to look at its backers. It's got Coinbase behind it. It's got StepN. It's got Tangent. It's got these huge VCs behind it, and it's going to be a whole DApp. It's going to be a whole layer 1 with 100 plus apps, right, that are on the blockchain right now, serving its purpose. And these are you can say Satori, Vortex. These are sort of OGs of DeFi that have come together and built this real interoperable chain. If you compare its TPS to, right now Aptos is the chain that's leading with 160,000 TPS, but SEI ain't doing bad compared to like Solana's 10,000, Ethereum's 20, Bitcoin's 10 transactions per second. SEI is putting through 22,000. Another ZK Sync, proof of stake, right? Interoperable layer in the blockchain, and this is still not out yet. So you're going to learn about that this week. So this week we're going to be going through a bunch of these layer 1s and understanding what makes them unique. And the last one I want to show is Celestia. Something to really look into. This module here is taking blockchain on a different sort of interoperable faction. So this thing, if you were to build on Celestia as a developer, and Substrate or Solidity or Move or React or JavaScript, wherever your sort of experience comes from, what the modular blockchain does is it creates forks of every kind on every other ecosystem. So you can build on things like Solana, and then Celestia will throw out one for Binance Smart Chain, BNB, for Ethereum, for Matic, for Polygon. Like, it will give you nodes. So Celestia is another token, a layer 1 that's not out yet. So you're going to hear more about it. I'm going to go through one tweet that really described its notion a little bit. So let's go read this a little bit here. So Celestia, right? Let's go here. yeah, guys, like we're gonna keep an eye on the future. We're gonna keep an eye on all these chains, all their backings, all their layer ones, how they launch, how to stake them, how to be involved in their sort of ecosystem in a big way. And let me just go through one tweet. I want to describe Celestia a little bit to you. So Miles Dosha, great Twitter handle to follow. So Celestia is a modular network enabling anyone to easily deploy their own blockchain with minimal overhead. Right? So it simplifies things quite a bit. It's going to be released on Cosmos ecosystem, and it's got big things flowing for it. So Celestia is another token that's not out yet, right? So we're going to keep an eye on these layer ones, people. We're going to see these layer ones in much more detail, seeing what they're building. And one thing that was really cool that I saw was Aptos released a game called Metapixels. So if you guys can see my screen, I'm going to play this video to you. So this is a Web3 game that's being built right now on Aptos.
Can't see the video, Z.
You can't see the video, no?
I can see it.
You can see it?
I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, just Chris, just leave the server and come back, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. Maybe a framework issue, I don't know. But should I continue, guys, or should I wait for Chris?
Give Chris a minute.
Yeah, we'll give Chris a minute.
I'm good. I can see it now.
Okay, awesome. I'll play from the start because I just like the backdrop of this game. What do you think of that, guys? Isn't that dope?
Right? I think cross between Avatar and the Matrix.
Yes, sir. So these are games, guys. Like, so if you realize this is where the metaverse, this is where Meta wanted to go. Facebook wanted to go in this direction and create custodial wallets, create games in this way. So what's happened is since sort of Libra and sort of Zuckerberg and sort of Facebook and these components drifted away from DeFi a little bit, you had all these developers that were building things like Metapixel, that were building Aptos ecosystem, that were building SUI network, that were building EI network. These are networks that have that all have, you can say, Meta developers on them. And not just that, they have VC funds behind them. They have a bunch of backings. And these are tokens that are still to come out this year, or to come out this week or next month. And I think it's our due diligence that we could have got Aptos at $1 at one point, or 70 cents at one point. And when we were talking about Aptos and we saw it at $2-3, and for it to get to $18 in front of our eyes, and me not to buy a big enough bag, I think we have to look into these layer ones, these ZK snarks, these technologies in much more deeper factions, understand their ecosystems, and see what they're building, because they're building like games like that. The reason that they haven't been launched on Ethereum yet, or haven't been in full form, is because Ethereum can only handle so many transactions per second. You need something like Aptos that can handle 160,000 transactions per second, and they believe that at one stage they might 10x that as well, and be able to handle much more. So these are ecosystems, these are layer ones that we're going to learn about and grow from. So I know I'm taking a bunch of time here, but yeah, I've put in some educational stuff in DeFi links about a guide to Aptos to understand the game if you want to see the Metapixels video again. And I've also sort of given you a much more sort of detailed outlook about Aptos. And apart from that, yeah, Celestia we've covered. Now, the last thing I want to sort of cover is something called a Drift Protocol. So Drift Protocol is a DEX. It's a DEX to buy and sell, to actually leverage trade on Solana's ecosystem. So the Drift Protocol is yet to release its token, and it's got big VCs behind it. And as Miles Deutscher kind of explains here, Drift is a perpetual DEX built on Solana, which uses a hybrid decentralized limit order module. I'm always and understand it a bit better, because I think that these are the kind of tokens that will give us the next 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 X's, because of the back end behind it, the teams behind it, and the VCs that are backing it. So we keep learning, we keep flowing to the protocol. It's a really, really good order book module. If you have a Phantom wallet, if you have a Solana wallet, you can leverage trade on this as well. So yeah, we're gonna so Drift Protocol are to release their token. And one more project I will sort of point out is Fuel Network. So Fuel Labs is building Fuel, the world's fastest modular execution layer. Modulism allows execution without being restricted by the limited VPN. So Fuel Network is another layer one to really look into. And if you're a developer, do look to work on it. If you are a investor, do look into its launch, because this is going to be another layer one that's going to be doing big things. So yeah, guys, we will break down these layers: Cease, SUI, Fuel, Quasi, another one. We're gonna break these things down. So there's a lot to look forward to. Do your research. We look forward to that. But yeah, I don't want to take any more time. Future's bright.
Yeah, let's get this crypto.
Oh, god damn. Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Great presentation. A lot of learning, a lot of opportunity. At the core, we are all investors. We're all looking for opportunity, and diversifying is an important part of being a great investor. But doing the due diligence and understanding that the real gains are generally in investing long term. The technologies that are going to be changing how we crypto, how we interact with finance. I mean, you're seeing here really a level of innovation with these transaction per seconds through these new layer ones that I think most people can't even understand. The level of security of ZK snarks, that's all ahead of us. And just like the evolution, the innovation happening in the EV world, Tesla, now you got other up and coming fantastic EV companies. You're seeing the chat GPT and the whole AI movement. There's a lot of opportunity, I think, ahead of us for so many different things. We like to focus on crypto. And thank you, Z, for bringing that alpha.
Absolutely, man. I just think we have a great community here, and just seeing the community evolve, man. Like I've seen, like when we first started off doing these podcasts, people were just learning about article writing, about content creating, about ecosystems and where we were going. But now, you know, like we're like a few months into this trip, and what I'm seeing is people want to know more. And when I get DM'd, the amount of times I get DM'd by you folks about what's upcoming and what's going out, it's these projects that are about to come out. These are the types of technologies that us at ARK as a team follow and want to implement in the future, have partnerships, collaborate with, because that's how we're going to get to 1 million TPS, right? This is how we're going to create the best layer 1 games and dexes and stuff. So we're going to learn. So today I've been brief, but I've given you about 7 different protocols that we're going to be deep diving into almost every night and learning a bit about. We're going to learn when they come out. We're going to learn who's backing them, what their storylines are, and we're going to count down to their launches. And we're going to get these things at pretty good prices, and then we're going to see them in the long run of things go from their $2-3 to $10-15 to $100 to how Ethereum and Bitcoin, all these mainnets don't do the things that these future layer 1s are about to do, right? Ethereum has competition. Bitcoin and its Lightning Network has competition because you have people from Meta, from Amazon, from all these other sort of tech companies that are building layer 1s and using, like, originally using things like ZK snarks to boost up the transaction rate, to boost up the you can say the bandwidth of their velocity. And then soon you're going to hear PlayStation, Xbox, you're going to hear Sony, you're going to hear these announcements where these ecosystems will be used as test nets for our future gaming. So there's, as I said, this rabbit hole can go on for long and long, and I don't want to speak too much, but we have a lot to look forward to at the ARK, especially educational wise. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And, you know, we're here every night doing this. If you ask me, there's no better place to be. And it's good for investors not to go in a shell and just lock themselves into just one thing. We saw that happen with XRP and so many things that you're like, man, you need to diversify, but you got to do it in a smart fashion, not just the next little shiny thing because your friends are FOMOing in another little group and, oh, you know, the dev, he's a billionaire and he's this and all that jazz. Come on. It's pathetic. Let's talk about real tech. Let's talk about where the big smart money is putting their investments. I think everything else is just a distraction. And unfortunately, a lot of people fall for that and they're getting wrecked. And we hear them. You hear them, Z, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many millions of dollars got wiped out in the past 2 weeks with those AI trading bots?
Oh, man.
Straight scams.
Dude, I had a friend who DM'd me, like, he was on those AI bots and he lost about $15,000 instantly. And he's like, he lost faith in faith in DeFi for like a good week. I'm like, no, you got to lose faith in the way you looked for those tokens. DeFi is so much bigger. and you got to understand the ecosystem. So he's on a research bench right now to make the smart decisions, and realize, like, on the FOMO grounds of the Telegrams and sort of Medium and whatever we use, like, he gets trigger happy. And this is not about, like, DeFi. The winners are two people, right? Hodlers and token founders. They're the ones that sort of hold long term. They don't think about, like, I mean, if someone's like at Aptos right now and it's made a 4x right now, yeah, you take your initials out, you take some profits, but then you hold the rest of the bag, because that's going to go to $100. You know it. So it's doing things in a smart fashion, and when you do it in that way, then you're not stressed every day looking at price action, the way we've seen folks, because you've taken your initials, you've taken your profits, you've made a profit on that, and then now you're holding for further profits, and then you just like you DCA, you dollar cost average into these tokens downwards, you do it the same way upwards, and we can call that, like, dollar cost averaging your profits. And there's smart ways of doing that. So yeah, look forward to it. We got a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. Questions, comments? Please feel free to mute your mic. Come have a conversation with us.
I think whenever I leave a bombshell, people are just like that young lady in the video just previously just took everyone's breath away. I think all these SUI networks and all these layer ones and ZK rollups and ZK syncs has left all these 18 folks here speechless. and it's bullish. But yeah, the last thing I'll say is stereotypes. You got competition, my friend. Those memes are coming. I'm loving them. I'm hoping you're enjoying them as well.
Magic. All right, folks. We're going to bring this podcast to conclusion. Another all-time high in Spark rewards. A massive video. We call it the ARK Bible, the guide, has been dropped by a professional. Shout out to Summer. Thank you. Incredible delivery. A great tool for the community to send to their friends, family, co-workers, advisors, even James at the water cooler, who's always FOMOing and falling into some project where he gets wrecked over and over. He doesn't take the time. He doesn't do the due diligence. He's guided by emotion. Wants the quick 100x in a couple hours. Well, we already told little James that's not happening. It's not the market right now. You need to play smart. You need to look long term. Settle down. Take a breath. Come and join us on Mondays. We do breathing here with Coach Roberto. Shout out, Coach. Can't wait till next Monday to see you. And we have so much more. Can't wait to showcase so many other articles and videos that are coming through. The community's stepping up. You folks are on fire. And believe me, they are coming. You haven't seen anything yet. We're just getting started. Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto. Daddy.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
For the folks that are listening to the podcast at a later time, thank you also for participating through listening. We hope you found the podcast informative, educational, and also you had a good time. The rest of us here. Thank you for everyone that participated in the votes. Congratulations to tonight's winner. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do it all over again. There'll be a new Spark winner. And we're all going to be here anxiously waiting for that and just so relaxed as we're getting close to our ROI as a community. And new folks are coming to play the same game. Good night. Thank you.